And we're all set now for the fourth of the field of seven, approaching the top of the stretch. This DJ3 with Elmore White. Skipton D with Ivan Davies. French Link, Herman Riddell. Charlotte Ranger, Charlie Ross. P.H. Bill Wallace. Lonesome Bound with Jody Hennessy. And Just a Little Extra with Jill Berry. Here they go. There, off with Lonesome Bound. Quickly goes to the top, and DJ3 is racing the second. Just a Little Extra. Off on the outside goes to the third, and that's Skipton D. Moves up third on the inside. Just a Little Extra is the fourth on the outside. And the second of challenge goes DJ3. He goes swinging forward. He takes the lead as they race on to the quarter. And P.H. Bill is out pretty wide, rushing on to third and going on. P.H. Bill gets the second. He goes swinging for the lead. DJ3 heads to the Seiko, racing by the quarter. P.H. Bill gets to second. Lonesome Bound is racing a third. Just a Little Extra racing a fourth. Then it is Skipton D, French Link, and the trailer Charlotte Ranger. The refined the opening quarter, 31 and 4. They swing off the turn now and come on through the stretch, racing for the half. And DJ3 shows the way. P.H. Bill is racing a second. Lonesome Bound is third. Here comes French Link. Up on the outside, racing on to the fourth. That is Just a Little Extra. Charlotte Ranger out and moving, and Skipton D is now the trailer. And they swing into the turn and go racing on to the 5/8. And DJ3, the leader by 2, the revival half and 4 and 1. Racing on the 5/8 by it now. DJ3, then P.H. Bill. Lonesome Bound is racing a third. French Link is fourth. There goes P.H. Bill. That's from second of challenge. He's locked down the leader. DJ3 holding his lead a half length as they goodbye to three-quarters and reach into the top turn. DJ3 and P.H. Bill. Lonesome Bound moves up on the inside. There's no room there right now. They come by the 7/8 and they swing for home. DJ3 and Lonesome Bound and P.H. Bill. DJ3 and Lonesome Bound coming to him now, and P.H. Bill. It is going to be DJ3. Here they are at the line. DJ3, Lonesome Bound, P.H. Bill, and Just a Little Extra. The time for the mile, 2:07 and 1. And parading now, the unofficial winner of the fourth race, it is number 1, DJ3. Bay pacing Corky is 3 here. He's by Adio from Quill. Owned by Dennis James and Dennis James Jr. of Rothsay. Trained and driven by Elmore White, the Colt gets his first lifetime victory and steps to a win race record of 2:07 and 1. Three start of the fourth race. It's now official. DJ3, here's race winner. Skipton D was 5th. French Links, 6th. Charlotte Ranger was 7th. P.H. Bill, 3rd. Lonesome Bound was 2nd. And Just a Little Extra was 4th. The times that were by the quarter in 31 and 4/5. At the half, 1:04 and 1. The three-quarters, 1:36 and 2. The mile, 2:07 and 1. Race field of 9, approaching top of the stretch. Blanche Lobo, John Davidson, Cherry Twist, Wally Hennessy, Bull to Power, Ross McDonald, Trouble with Jody Hennessy, Graps Champ, Tom Mason, Denny's Nad with Gary Vincent, Glittering Bird, Tony Haig, Matt Hanover, Charlene Clancy, Sharon Power, Mike Doyle. Here they come. There, off and Graps Champ wings for the lead. Cherry Twist heads it on the inside, and they're neck and neck as they swing into the turn. Cherry Twist is on the rail. Graps Champ outside, challenging a second. On the rail, Blanche Lobo has that third. Denny's Nat drives up a 4th. Trouble is a 5th. On up the back stretch, racing for the quarter. And that is Trouble off stride, now trailing, pacing on top. Cherry Twist, a length and a half. Graps Champ racing is 2nd. Blanche Lobo 3rd. Denny's Nat is 4th. Glittering Bird racing 5th. Then it is Matt Hanover. Bull Power working up on the outside. Sharon Trouble is the trailer. They were by the opening quarter, 30 and 4/5, and they come racing by the 3/8 pole. Here they come to the stretch now, driving to the half. Cherry Twist, the leader. Gramps Champ racing second. Here comes Blythe Lobo racing up third in the outside. Then on the rail, Teddy's Nan, Glittering Bird moving fifth. Then Bull Power, Sharon Power, Mad Hanover, and the Trouble trails as they work into the turn now and drive on to the 5/8 and facing on top. It is Blythe Lobo by 2. Cherry Twist is racing second. Gramps Champ has third. Up the backstretch they go, racing to the 3/4. Blythe Lobo by 2. Cherry Twist racing second. Gramps Champ driving up the third. Glittering Bird now fourth. Jenny's Nat, Sharon Power, Bull Power. They are by the 3/4 racing into the top turn. Pacing on top, Blythe Lobo. Gramps Champ has gone to second. The Cherry Twist to third. Glittering Bird fourth. Sharon Power fifth. They come by the 7/8 pole now. Out of this, Blythe Lobo with the lead. Gramps Champ coming on. Heading for home, Blythe Lobo, Gramps Champ. Cherry Twist, Glittering Bird. It is Blythe Lobo. He's going to hold Gramps Champ. And here they are without the line. Blythe Lobo, Gramps Champ, Glittering Bird, and Cherry Twist gets fourth. At the time for the mile, 2:07 and 2. And parading now the unofficial winner of the 10th race, number 1, Blythe Lobo. Proud pacing horse, 8 years, by native Lobel from Scarlet Blythe. Owned by Ivan Brown of Hampton. Trained by Jill Perrio, John Davidson driving. The horse gets his first winning trip this season tonight, 2:07 and 2. And the result of the 10th race, now official. Blythe Lobo, your race winner. Cherry Twist was 4th. Bold Power 6th. Trouble was 9th. Gramps Champ 2nd. Jenny's Nad 7th. Glittering Bird was 3rd. Matt Hanover 8th. Sharon Power 5th. Times a quarter, 30 and 4/5. The half, 103 and 1. 3/4, 135. The mile, 2:07 and 2. Set now for the Alexander Memorial, the $10,000 mile. A field of 7 approaching the top of the stretch. Winner's Accolade with Jody Hennessy. Rev Your Engine with Phil Pinckney. Glengale Galaxy with John Davidson. Flight Officer with Morris Roy. Jim and I Risk with Steve Mahar. Burner's Delight with Wally Hennessy. Big D with Marcel Barrio. Here they come. There off Glengale Galaxy shows on top on the outside. Winner's Accolade racing with him on the inside, and Winner's Accolade takes the lead. Glengale Galaxy charging up on the outside, racing on second, and Big D has the third. Rev Your Engine racing fourth, then the Flight Officer, Jim and I Risk. Burner's Delight trails, and they go to the quarter. Winner's Accolades on top for length and a half. Glengale Galaxy racing second. Big D is up tight third. Rev Your Engine racing fourth. Flight Officer, Jim and I Risk, and Burner's Delight trailing as they go by the quarter. By the quarter, 30 and 3/5. They swing around the top turn. It is Winner's Accolade, a length and a half. Then the Glengale Galaxy sitting pretty, racing a second. Big D comes out to challenge now from third. Rev Your Engine is fourth. They swing to the lane, come driving to the half. It is Winner's Accolade in command. Glengale Galaxy is second. Big D is third. Then Rev Your Engine starts to move from fourth. Flight Officer, then Jim and I Risk on the outside. And Burner's Delight trailing. They were by the half, 101 and 2. Around the turn they go driving to the 5/8. It is Winner's Accolade now but 2. Glengale Galaxy driving as second. Rev Your Engine drives up to third. Big D is racing fourth. Flight Officer, Burner's Delight, Jim and I Risk on to the 3/4. Winner's Accolade by 2 with Glengale Galaxy staying with him. Then back 5 lengths to Rev Your Engine. He's racing at third. They were by the 3/4, 130 and 3. Around the top turn, Winner's Accolade. Glengale Galaxy. Winner's Accolade now but 2.5. Glengale Galaxy back 5 lengths to the rest. They swing for home now. It is Winner's Accolade and Glengyle Galaxy, a game second coming on. Winner's Accolade, Glengyle Galaxy. Here they are at the line. Winner's Accolade, then Glengyle Galaxy. Rev your engine, and Flight Officer gets fourth. Then Gemini Risk Further's Delight at Big D. And the time for the mile, 2 minutes flat. And parading now, the winner of this year's Alexander Memorial, number 1, Winner's Accolade. Seeing the top of the stretch, there's Cynthia Jean with Herm Meadow. Cherry Twist and Doug Falcons, Fresh Last Ivan Davies. Brother Links with Gary Vincent. Graps Chap, Tom Mason. Blythe Lobo with John Davidson. Shane's Cover with Ross McDonald and Tobic Lou with Jody Hennessy. Here they come. They're off, Brother Links quickly going to the top, and Cherry Twist racing forward on the inside. Gramps Champ racing third on the outside, and Blythe Lobo is racing fourth. Fresh Last is fifth, and it is Shane's Cover, Cynthia Jean, Tobic Lou going up on the outside. They're by the eighth and on up the backstretch, racing to the quarter, Brother Links, but he's parked. Cherry Twist racing on the inside, keeps him parked. But Brother Links moves out now. He gets to the top, moves to the fence. He's the leader, a length and a quarter. Cherry Twist is racing a second, Gramps Champ a third. Blythe Lobo goes winging on, racing on from fourth. And he goes on, he's now third and going after the lead. Around the top turn, the leader is Brother Links, and Cherry Twist is second now. Blythe Lobo to second, Cherry Twist is third. Gramps Champ fourth, Shane's Cover moving fifth, then Fresh Last. Tobic Lou and Cynthia Jean, they come driving to the half. Blythe Lobo on the outside, skipping a bit, and he is on the run. It is Brother Links, Blythe Lobo back pacing, skipping though, and a Cherry Twist racing third. Blythe Lobo on the run again. They go into the turn, racing now to the 5/8, and the leader is Brother Links. Cherry Twist is second. Shane's Cover racing up a third, the half and 3 and 4. They go by the 5/8 now and on to the 3/4. And it's Brother Links. Shane's Cover looks good on the outside, racing on to the top now. Shane's Cover, Brother Links, Cherry Twist driving up a strong third and going on. Gramps Champ is locked in, then Fresh Last. Cynthia Jean looks strong on the extreme outside, and Tobic Lou trails. They go into the top turn to Shane's Cover. Cherry Twist driving a second. Brother Links and Gramps Champ now third. Brother Links and Tobic Lou, they come swinging for home as Shane's Cover. Cherry Twist and Gramps Champ. It is now Cherry Twist and Shane's Cover, and Gramps Champ comes charging up on the outside. Here they are at the line. Cherry Twist. Then looks like maybe Shane's Cover and Gramps Champ. They were close, too tight to call. And the time for the mile, 2:09 and 2. And parading now, the unofficial winner of the 11th race, number 2, Cherry Twist. A bay pacing mare, she's 6 years. She is by Rupert Park out of Cherry Brandy. She's owned by Tony Damon of Hampton, trained and driven by Doug Falcons. And the mare getting her third winning trip this season. Her fastest tonight, 2:09 and 2. The race out of the 11th is now official. Cynthia Jean was 7th. Cherry Twist, your race winner. Fresh Last was 5th. Brother Links was 4th. Gramps Champ was 2nd. Blythe Lobo, 8th. Shane's Cover was 3rd, and Tobic Lou was 6th. The times, the quarter, 31 and 1, the half, 103 and 4, 3/4, 137 and 1, and the time for the mile, 2:09 and 2. Fourth race approaching top of the stretch, field of 9. May Power, or Tom Mason. Pure Smoke, Charlie Frost, Fred's Dream, Fred Gillong, P.H. Bill, Wally Hennessy, P.J.'s winner, Steve Mason, Charlotte's Ranger, Steve Mahar, Quality Key with Elmore White, Lonesome Bound and Jody Hennessy, and O.D.'s Miles with Ron Robertson. Here they come. Clear off Pure Smoke, pacing out on the top. P.H. Bill in between horses on the outside. Charlotte's Ranger driving on to second, winging for the lead, and their 3 wide as May Power moves up on the inside. May Power, Pure Smoke, and on the outside, Charlotte's Ranger 3 wide. Neck and neck as they go up the back stretch and on to the quarter. And it is now Charlotte's Ranger going to the top. At May Power is racing a second. Pure Smoke is third. P.H. Bill is racing a fourth. Lonesome Bound Park fifth. Fred's Dream is on the rail. Then it's O.D.'s and Miles P.J.'s winners. And Quality Key, the opening quarter, 30 and 3/5. And around the top turn they go. Charlotte's Ranger pacing on top, lead by 2. Then Pure Smoke racing May Power second, Pure Smoke third. They spring on through the stretch, and here they come. They are racing to the half. Up front and cutting it out. It is a Charlotte's Ranger. May Power his second. Here comes P.H. Bill now racing a third. Pure Smoke is fourth. Lonesome Bound is fifth. That is Fred's Dream. Then O.D.'s Miles, P.J.'s winner, and Quality Key. The half is in 102. And around the turn they go racing to the 5/8. Up on the outside and going to the top, P.H. Bill. He's the leader by the 5/8. P.H. Bill, Lonesome Bound, looks strong on the outside, going from third. He's now second. Then Charlotte's Ranger is third. Pure Smoke goes to fourth. It's going on now to third. Charlotte's Ranger is sped. There goes May Power moving from fifth as they go racing by the 3/4. They were by the 3/4. 1:34 and 2, and around the top turn, P.H. Bill a length. Lonesome Bound is racing a second. Pure Smoke at May Power. Charlotte's Ranger fading fifth. They come by the 7/8 now, and here they come. They spring for home, and it is P.H. Bill. Lonesome Bound out to challenge now. Coming on, P.H. Bill on the inside. Lonesome Bound up strong on the outside, and now they are neck and neck. Neck and neck right to the line. Here they are at the line. Looks like Lonesome Bound, P.H. Bill, then maybe May Power and Pure Smoke. The time for the mile, 2:07 and 1. In the photo for win, number 8, Lonesome Bound. Bay pacing caught 3, but Bound to Beef and Hasty Tony. Over Mal McLaughlin of St. John, trained and driven by Jody Hennessy. And in the photo, number 4, P.H. Bill, a Bay pacing caught 3 by Tarport Irvin from Rubel Rose. On by Tom Everett of Woodstock, trained and driven by Wally Hennessy. Time for the mile, 2:07 and 1. The result of the fourth is now official. May Power third. Pure Smoke was fourth. Fred's Dream eighth. P.H. Bill was second. P.J.'s winner seventh. Charlotte's Ranger ninth. Quality Key was sixth. Lonesome Bound, your race winner. O.D.'s Miles was fifth. Times quarter 30 and 3/5. The half 102. 3/4 134 and 2, and the mile 2:07 and 1. Brighton Toot with Elmore White. Jenny's Nad with Gary Vincent. What a Dixie and Brian Moore. Blythe Lobo with John Davidson. Fresh Last with Ivan Davies. Gramps Champ with Tom Mason. Cherry Twist with Doug Falkins. Reb Dudley with Leroy Vincent. Here they come. There, often What a Dixie works up into the top. Then Denny's Nat is racing a second. Brighton Toot is on the trail third. On the outside, Gramps Champ is fourth. Blythe Lobo racing a fifth on the rail. Around the turn, they go to the eighth. And it's What a Dixie pacing on top, moving out now by a length. Then Denny's Nat is racing a second. Brighton Toot is third. Gramps Champ works up fourth on the outside. Blythe Lobo is fifth. Then Fresh Last, Cherry Twist. And Reb Dudley trails the field as they go racing by the quarter. Facing on top, What a Dixie. Denny's Nat is racing a second. They were by the quarter, 31 and 1. Around the top turn, they come to the 3/8. What a Dixie a length. Denny's Nat is racing a second. Brighton Toot is third. Gramps Champ Parky hangs fourth. Behind him now with cover comes Blythe Lobo. And they come racing to the half. It is What a Dixie. Then Denny's Nat is second up, 3 wide. Blythe Lobo comes on, but Gramps Champ and Brighton Toot stay ahead of him as they go racing on by the half. They swing into the turn now and go racing on to the 5/8. The half is in 3 and 2. It is What a Dixie. Denny's Nat is racing second. Brighton Toot has third. Gramps Champ hangs fourth. The inquiry sign is up. On up the backstretch, going to the three-quarters. What a Dixie and Denny's Ned. Driving a second. Brighton to third. First last, Graham's Champ. Blythe Lobo, Reb Dudley, and Jerry Twist. They are by the three-quarters now. What a Dixie is still the leader with Denny's Lad. At her wheel, racing a second. They were by the three-quarters. It's 1:35 and 3 and around the top turn. The two leaders battling neck and neck. What a Dixie on the inside. Denny's Nad is on the outside. Brighton Toot still has third. They swing for home now. What a Dixie on the inside. Denny's Nad moving up on the outside, coming to the top now. It is Denny's Nad, and here they are, and at the line, Denny's Nad. What a Dixie. Fresh last and Brighton Toot. And the time for the mile, 2:07 and 2. And at the wire now, the unofficial winner of the ninth race, number 2, Denny's Nad. Bay pacing horse, 6 years, by Brett's Valor from Midnight Rainbow. Owned by Gene O'Connor of St. John and trained by Eugene O'Connor. Gary Vincent driving. The horse getting his third winning trip this season. It's his fastest. Tonight, 2:07 and 2. And the result of the ninth race now, official Brighton Toot was 4th. Denny's Nad, your race winner. What a Dixie was second. Blythe Lobo, 7th. First last was 3rd. Graham's Champ was 8th. Cherry Twist was 6th. And Reb Dudley 5th. Dinah with Colleen Clancy. Amaron Silk with Doug Beckwith. Art's Bad Penny with Tony Watson. Pure Smoke with Charlie Ross. Glengarry Drive with Ross McDonald. May Power, Marcel Barrio. Skipton D with Ivan Davies. Here they come. They're off, and Pure Smoke quickly goes to the top. Amaron Silk racing a second. May Power in between horses racing a third. Then up on the outside, Skipton D is 4th. Art Bad Penny has 5th, and it's Mormac Donna. Glengarry Drive trails, and they're by the 8th. It's on to the quarter now. Pasting out on top of it is Pure Smoke and Amaron Silk. Out from second, brushing up onto the top now. Amaron Silk the leader. Pure Smoke racing second. May Power has third. Skipton D is racing 4th. Then it's Art Bad Penny, Mormac Dinah. Glengarry Drive trails, and they were by the opening quarter in 32 and 3. And around the top turn, Amaron Silk the leader a length. Then Pure Smoke is second. May Power third. Skipton D is 4th. Art Bad Penny, Mormac Dinah. Glengarry Drive trailing. They spring off the turn now, and here they come. Through the stretch, they're racing for the half, and the leader, Amaron Silk. Then Pure Smoke is racing second out to challenge now. Skipton D up on the outside comes to third. May Power has 4th. Then it's Art's Bad Penny. Glengarry Drive in the move. And Mormac Dinah trailing on the rail. And they're by the half and 6 and 1. Swinging around the turn, they go driving on to the 5/8. Pure Smoke the leader. Up on the outside, Skipton D gets to second now. Amaron Silk racing third. May Power out to challenge now from 4th. Then we go back 6 lengths to the rest. Glengarry Drive, Art's Bad Penny, and Mormac Dinah. On to the three-quarters, Pure Smoke a half length. Skipton D driving a second. May Power to third. Amaron Silk is 4th. And they were by the three-quarters. 1:37 and 2, and around the top turn, Pure Smoke. By half a length, Skipton D is second. Amaron Silk is third. May Power racing 4th. Glengarry Drive 5th. They spring for home now, and it is Pure Smoke, Skipton D on the outside. May Power racing a third. Now it is Skipton D, May Power. Amaron Silk is coming on. Going to be Skipton D, Amaron Silk getting tight. Here they are at the line. Skipton D, Amaron Silk, May Power. And the time for the mile, 2:10 and 1. D for the mile. Parading now the unofficial winner of our 4th race, number 7, Skipton D, a bay pacing filly. She's 3 years by Power Baron from Fly Girl. Owned by A.G. Lee of Centerville, trained and driven by Ivan Davies. The filly getting her second winning trip this season this afternoon, 2:10 and 1. The result of the 4th is now official. Mormac Dinah was 6th. Amaron Silk was 2nd.
Arts Bad Penny 7th. Pure Smoke was 4th. Glengarry Drive 5th. May Power 3rd. Skipton D, your race winner. In times quarter 32 and 3. The half 106 and 1. 3/4 137 and 2. The mile 210 and 1. Top of the stretch, the Topic Blue and Jody Hennessy, James covered Kim Cameron. Hillwind Preble with Colleen Clancy. What a Dixie with Brian Moore. Dandelion, Marcel Barrio. Denny's Nad with Gary Vincent. Star to Be with Wally Hennessy. Cherry Twist with Charlie Ross. Here they come. They're off. What a Dixie going to the top. Topic Blue racing second. Dandelion outside drives on the third. Swinging into the turn. What a Dixie's on top and Dandelion out driving on the second. Topic Blue has the third. Denny's Nad gets the fourth by the eighth. Then it is James Cover Hill Wind Rebel Star to Be and Cherry Twist trailing as they go to the quarter. And Denny's Nad is on the outside and working up, but up front, What a Dixie. Dandelion is second. Denny's Nad hangs at third. Topic Blue is fourth, and they're by that opening quarter in 31 seconds. Around the top turn, What a Dixie. Denny's Nad on the outside now comes to second. Dandelion's third. Topic Blue is fourth. Shane's Cover, Hill Wind Rebel, Star to Be, and Cherry Twist. They swing on through the stretch, come driving onto the half. What a Dixie and Denny's Nad at her wheel now racing second. Dandelion on the rail is third. Topic Blue has the fourth. That is Shane's Cover, Hill Wind Rebel, Cherry Twist, and Star to Be. And they're by that half in 102 and 3. Swinging around the turn now, they race on to the 5/8. What a Dixie. Dandelion back to second. Denny's Nad hanging third. Topic Blue is fourth. Shane's Cover, Hill Wind Rebel, Cherry Twist, and Star to Be. On to the 3/4. What a Dixie, a little later with Denny's Nad back to second. Dandelion third. Topic Blue is fourth. Then Shane's Cover, Hill Wind Rebel, Cherry Twist, and Star to Be. And they're by the 3/4, 134 and 2. Round the top turn. What a Dixie, a length and a half. Dandelion now second. Denny's Nad and Topic Blue. Hill Wind Rebel racing a fifth. Shane's Cover. They swing for home, and What a Dixie is the leader with Dandelion. Racing a second. Topic Blue has a third. It is What a Dixie with Dandelion coming on. What a Dixie, Dandelion, they're tight, and here they are when at the line. Too tight to call. Dandelion, What a Dixie. And the time for the mile, 2:07 and 1. In the photo for win, number 4, What a Dixie, bay pacing mare 6 by What a Baron from Jembo Dixie, owned by John and David Lawson and Brian Moore of St. John. Trained and driven by Brian Moore. At number 5, Dandelion, bay pacing horse 11 years for Rhythm Time from Brenda's Rose. Owned and trained by Ken Maston of Rothsay with Marcel Barrio driving. We're waiting for a photo for win, the mile in 7 and 1. And the result of the 6th race is now official. Topic Blue was 5th. Shane's Cover 4th. Hill Wind Rebel was 3rd. What a Dixie was 2nd. Dandelion, your race winner. Denny's Nad was 6th. Star to Be 8th. Cherry Twist was 7th. Times a quarter 31, the half and 2 and 3. 3/4 134 and 2, and the mile in 2:07 and 1. Race top of the stretch, Victory Hill, John Davidson, Power, Jimmy Elmore White, Sharon Power with Mike Doyle, Reb Dudley, Leroy Vincent, Bold Power, Ross McDonald, Brighton Skillet, Brian Moore, Cynthia Jean, Herman Renault. Here they come. They're off, and Victory Hill has the lead up on the inside, and from the outside driving on goes Brighton Skillet. But up on the inside, Power Jimmy gets to second. Brighton Skillet is now a third. Reb Dudley is racing fourth. Sharon Power, Bold Power. Cynthia Jean trailing there by the eighth, and it's out of the backstretch racing now to the quarter. And pacing out on top, but it's Victory Hill. Power Jimmy racing is second. Brighton Skillet is third. Reb Dudley is fourth. There goes Cynthia Jean racing up on the outside, gets to fifth. That is Bold Power, and Sharon Power trails as they race on by the opening quarter. They were by that quarter in 33 and 4. Around the top turn, a pacing on top, Victory Hill. And on the outside, Reb Dudley drives on second. Power Jimmy has a third. Cynthia Jean now fourth. Brighton Skillet for Power, Sharon Power. They come driving to the half foot on the outside. Reb Dudley comes to the top. Reb Dudley the leader, then Victory Hill and Cynthia Jean driving on. She's racing third. Brighton Skillet is fourth, and Sharon Power comes up 3 wide as they race out by the half now and go into the turn for the second time. By the half, 107 and 3. Around the turn they go to the 5/8. It is Reb Dudley. Cynthia Jean racing second, then Victory Hill third. Brighton Skillet fourth. Power, Jimmy Bold Power. Sharon Power trailing far back after making a break, and up the backstretch they go to the 3/4. Reb Dudley by half a length. Cynthia Jean racing second. Victory Hill has a third. Brighton Skillet is a fourth. Bold Power and Power Jimmy. And they were by the 3/4, 140 and 1. Around the top turn, Reb Dudley a length and a quarter. Victory Hill has a second. Cynthia Jean racing a third. They come by the 7/8 now, and they swing for home. Pacing with the lead, it is Reb Dudley. Cynthia Jean driving up a strong second. Victory Hill is third. Reb Dudley's off stride. It is now Cynthia Jean to the top, and here they are up the line. Cynthia Jean, then Victory Hill, Brighton Skillet, and Bold Power. And the time for the mile, 2:11 and 4. And parading now, the unofficial winner of the first race, number 7, Cynthia Jean, a bay pacing mare 5, the Power Baron from Heather Wick, owned and trained by Lauren Lawless of St. John, with Herman Renaud driving. The mare gets her first winning trip this season, steps to a new win race bracket to 11 and 2. And the result of the first is now official. Victory Hill was second, and Power Jimmy 5th, Sharon Power 7th, Reb Dudley 6th, Bold Power 4th, Brighton Skillet 3rd, Cynthia Jean, your race winner. Times a quarter 33 and 4/5. The half 107 and 3. 3/4 140 and 1/5. The mile 2:11 and 3. PJ's winner with Jody Hennessy, Charlotte's Ranger John Davidson, French Lynx with Herman Renaud, Fred's Dream Fred Kinong, OD's Miles with Ron Robertson, Mormac Donna Colleen Clancy, Quality Key with Elmore White, P.H. Bill with Wally Hennessy. Here they come. They're off and quickly going to the top of his OD's Miles. Charlotte's Ranger is racing second. Quality Key outside racing on third. Fred's Dream has fourth on the rail. PJ's winner is fifth, and P.H. Bill is off stride now trailing. Around the turn they go by the 8th now. On up the backstretch racing for the quarter with OD's Miles. Tipping out in front, leads now by 2. Charlotte's Ranger racing second. Quality Key on the outside driving on third. PJ's winner is off stride. They race on to the quarter. They're by that marker now with OD's Miles out by 2. Charlotte's Ranger racing second. The quarter 31 and 1. Then the Quality Key racing third. Fred's Dream is fourth. French Lynx is now fifth. Mormac Dinah. Then PJ's winner and P.H. Bill. And they swing off the top turn now, and here they come through the stretch. They come driving on to the half. OD's Miles pacing with the lead, and here comes Charlotte's Ranger. Challenging a second. Then Quality Key has a third. Fred's Dream is racing a fourth. French Lynx outside driving on fifth. Mormac Dinah, PJ's winner, and P.H. Bill, the trailer, as they go racing out by the half. And they were by the half in 2 and 4. And around the turn they go driving on to the 5/8. Pacing on top, OD's Miles still by 2. Charlotte's Ranger is second. Quality Key drives up to a third. Then Fred's Dream is fourth. French Lynx racing fifth. Mormac Dinah, PJ's winner, and P.H. Bill, and they go to the 3/4. OD's Miles takes them by that marker, leading by 2. Charlotte's Ranger racing is second. They were by the 3/4, 135 and 1. Around the top turn, OD's Miles a length and a half. Charlotte's Ranger driving second. Fred's Dream has third. French Lynx now fourth. Quality Key, Mormac Dinah, they swing for home. OD's Miles showing the way. Charlotte's Ranger driving second. Fred's Dream has third. It is O.D.'s Miles folding. Then Charlotte's Ranger and Fred's Dream is coming on. Here they are at the line. O.D.'s Miles, Charlotte's Ranger, Fred's Dream, and looks like maybe French Lynx gets fourth. And the time for the mile, 2:08.1. And parading now, the unofficial winner of the fourth. It's number 5, O.D.'s Miles. Bay pacing colt, these by cloud cover from Miles and Lila. Owned by Alexander Gillis of Inverness, Nova Scotia. Trained by Elmore White. Ron Robertson driving. The colt gets his first lifetime win, gets a maiden record of 2:08.1. And the result of the fourth race, now official. PJ's winner was 8th. Charlotte's Ranger 2nd. French Lynx was 4th. Fred's Dream 3rd. O.D.'s Miles, your race winner. Mormac Dyler was 5th. Quality Key 6th. P.H. Bill was 7th. Times a quarter, 34.1. Half, 102.4. 3/4, 135.1. The time for the mile, 2:08.1. We have a field of 7 approaching the top of the stretch. Glengarry Drive with Ross McDonald, a bit of flair with Boyd Tremere. Maypower, Tom Mason, Pure Smoke, John Davidson. Chrissy's Pride with Marcel Barrio. French Lynx with Herman Renault. And Emron Silk with Doug Beckwith. A field of 7, and here they come. There off. Maypower goes to the top, but Bit of Flair goes up on the inside now. Shows on top, and Pure Smoke is wide, racing on 3rd. Bit of Flair the leader with Maypower racing as 2nd. Pure Smoke outside 3rd. Chrissy's Pride in the rail is 4th. Amron Silk is 5th. That is French Lynx. And Glengarry Drive trails as they race on up the backstretch. Good driving on to the quarter. Bit of Flair shows on top of the line. Then Maypower 2nd. Pure Smoke is 3rd. Chrissy's Pride racing 4th. Amron Silk is 5th. That is French Lynx and the trailer Glengarry Drive as they go into the top turn by the quarter. 32.1 around the top turn. Bit of Flair shows the way. Then Maypower is 2nd. Pure Smoke, Chrissy's Pride. Amron Silk, then French Lynx, Glengarry Drive, and they're by the 3/8 and on to the stretch. Here they come. They are racing to the half up front, showing the way. It is Bit of Flair. Then Maypower racing a 2nd. Here comes Chrissy's Pride. Up 3rd on the outside, rushing on, and Pure Smoke 4th. French Lynx going on 5th. Amron Silk, Glengarry Drive trailing. They're by the half and 4 and into the turn. They race on to the 5/8 now. Bit of Flair is the leader with Chrissy's Pride on the outside, racing on the 2nd. Maypower his 3rd. Pure Smoke drives 4th. Then it is French Lynx, Glengarry Drive, and Amron Silk, and they go neck and neck to the 3/4. On the inside, Bit of Flair on the outside, Chrissy's Pride. Now Chrissy's Pride gets to those in front. Bit of Flair back on again. They're still neck and neck as they go racing into the top turn, the 3/4. 136.3. Bit of Flair and Chrissy's Pride. Maypower has 3rd in the rail. Outside, Pure Smoke is 4th. French Lynx racing 5th. Glengarry Drive and Amron Silk. They swing for home now. Bit of Flair and Chrissy's Pride. They're still neck and neck. Chrissy's Pride now. Here comes Maypower. It is Chrissy's Pride. Bit of Flair coming on again. They're tight at the line, and here they are at the line. Too tight to call, maybe. Bit of Flair. The time for the mile, 2:08.2. And parading now, the unofficial winner of our 4th race. It is number 2, Bit of Flair. Chestnut pacing colt, 2 years by Flair Wave from Trina's Hoot. Owned, trained, and driven by Boyd Tremere of Hunter River, Prince Edward Island. The colt gets his first lifetime win, breaks his maiden with a mark of 2:08.2. And the result of the 4th race, now official. Glengarry Drive was 4th. Bit of Flair, your race winner. Maypower 3rd. Pure Smoke was 6th. Chrissy's Pride 2nd. French Lynx was 5th. Amron Silk was 7th. Times a quarter 32 and 1, a half 104 at 4, 3/4 136 and 3, and the mile at 208 and 2. Jimmy and Ron Robertson. Gaff's got to go with Ivan Davies, Tobic Lou, Jody Hennessy. Civility with Alex McPhee. Cherry Twist, Doug Falcons. Steady Butte with Brian Moore. Biting Skillet, Wally Hennessy. Bold Power with Ross McDonald. Glittering Bird with Gary Abrick, and here they come. Clear off Tobic Lou. Wings Full takes the lead. Cherry Twist goes driving up on the outside, takes it back. It is Cherry Twist leading into the turn. She's in top on the rail. Tobic Lou racing second. Steady Butte wings on from third. Gets to second now, and they're by the 8th pole. Cherry Twist and Steady Butte driving up second. Locked on the leader. Pittsburgh takes the lead. Steady Butte, Cherry Twist, Tobic Lou is third. Power Jimmy has a fourth. Gaff's got to go as fifth, and it's Brighton's got a Civility. Bold Power and the Glittering Bird trails the field as they go racing out by the quarter. They were by that marker. 31 and 2 round the top turn. Steady Butte length. Cherry Twist racing second. Tobic Lou has third. Power Jimmy racing fourth. Gaff's got to go as fifth. They're by the 3/8 pole now and swinging through the stretch. They come racing to the half. It is Steady Butte, Cherry Twist, and Tobic Lou. Then Power Jimmy and Gaff's got to go. Then Brighton Skillet Civilities on the move. Then Bold Power and Glittering Bird as they go racing on by the half and swing into the turn for the second time, and they were by the half. 103 and 3. Racing on to the 5/8. Steady Butte. Cherry Twist racing second. Tobic Lou is the third. Power Jimmy fourth. Gaff's got to go Civility. Then Brighton Skillet, Bold Power, and Glittering Bird, and on to the 3/4. Steady Butte length. Cherry Twist and Tobic Lou. Civility rushing up on the outside. 3 wide goes to fourth now, and they are by the 3/4. Tobic Lou goes rushing out from third, rushing up on the outside by the 3/4. 136 and 1 around the top turn. Steady Butte and Tobic Lou driving a hard second. Cherry Twist is third. Civility fourth. Power Jimmy racing fifth. They swing for home. Steady Butte and Tobic Lou. They're neck and neck, and Cherry Twist moving off the rail, coming out 3 wide, coming on. It is the Tobic Lou, Steady Butte, and Cherry Twist coming on. 3 of them, here they are at the line. Cherry Twist, Steady Butte, Tobic Lou, Civility. And the time for the mile, 2:08 and 1. Parading now the unofficial winner of the 7th race, number 5, Cherry Twist. She's a bay pacing mare, 6 years, by Rupert Park from Cherry Brandy. She's owned by Tony Damon of Hampton, trained and driven by Doug Falcons. The mare getting her 4th wedding trip this season, her fastest this afternoon in 2:08 and 1. The result of the 7th race. Now official. Power Jimmy was 8th. Gaff's got to go was 7th. Tobic Lou was 3rd. Civility was 4th. Cherry Twist, your race winner. Steady Butte was 2nd. Brighton Skillet 6th. Bold Power 5th. Glittering Bird was 9th. And the time's a quarter 31 and 2. The half 103 and 3. 3/4 136 and 1. The mile 2:08 and 1. We're all set now for the 8th race, first division of the Rothman Sire Stake for 3-year-old pacing colts. Just Toby with Mike Campbell. All the Glory with Mike McDonald. P.H. Bertcan with Wally Hennessy. Horton's Thunder with Marcel Barrio. Kill Karen Direct with Darrell McLean. Wave to Horton with Don Rankin Jr. Sunshine Down with Steve Mason. Laser with Danny Gass. Aaron's Chipper with Alex McPhee. Here they come. Clear off at All the Glory. Steps out, takes the early lead. Horton Thunders racing second outside of him. Kill Karen Direct. Racing up at 3 wide, driving on the 3rd. Just Toby's on the rail, racing now to 2nd. Horton Thunders now 3rd. Aaron's Chipper up the backstretch. They go on to the quarter. Sunshine Down off stride. Up the backstretch, racing to the quarter. All the Glory. Horton Thunder moving up on the outside, now takes command. Horton Thunder, All the Glory, G.F. Toby. Kill Karen Direct, Park drives on 4th as they leave the quarter. Then it is a Laser Aaron's a chipper, quarter 29 and 4. That is Wave to Horton. P.H. Burton and far back, Sunshine down. They come by the 3/8 marker now and swing off the turn. Through the stretch here they come, they're racing to the half, and Horton's Thunder shows the way. All the Glory racing second, Just Toby is third. On the outside, Park Hill Karen Direct is fourth. Then it is a Laser, P.H. Burton on the outside. Aaron Skipper, Wave to Horton, Sunshine down, trailing as they go by the half in a minute and 4/5, and around the turn they go, racing to the 5/8. Horton's Thunder, All the Glory racing a second. Then Just Toby racing a third. Kilcairn Direct hangs fourth. Then it is a Laser, P.H. Burton on the outside. Aaron Skipper, Wave to Horton, Sunshine down. On to the 3/4. It is Horton's Thunder, a length and a quarter. All the Glory racing second. Kilcairn Direct and Just Toby. Then it is a Laser, P.H. Burton, 132 and 1 by the 3/4. Round the top turn, Horton's Thunder, All the Glory is second, moving now to challenge. They hit the head of the lane and swing for home. Horton's Thunder, All the Glory driving up second. Then on the outside, parked every step of the way, comes Kilcairn Direct. And it's neck and neck to the line. Here they are at the line. Looks like All the Glory. Then Horton's Thunder, Kilcairn Direct, and maybe Laser gets fourth. Time for the mile, 2:02 and 2. And parading now the winner of the 8th race, first division of the Rothman Sire Stakes, number 2, All the Glory. Bay pacing colt, he's by Nightly Blue Chip from Avon Josie, owned by Pasquale Ficcielli of Montreal and Paul McDonald of Charlottetown, trained and driven by Mike McDonald. The colt gets his second winning trip this season. He steps to a new win race record of 2:02. His old mark 2:04 and 4. All the Glory winning this division of the Rothman Sire Stakes. And on track side, Ken Starrett from the Maritime Breeders Association and Alfred Mueller, the master of the Charlotte Ranch in Sussex, also from the Maritime Breeders Association. Our congratulations then to the owners and to trainer driver Mike McDonald. All the Glory winning this elimination of the Rothman Sire Stakes. The result of the 8th race, first division of the Rothman Sire Stakes, now official. Just Toby was 7th. All the Glory, your race winner. P.H. Burton was 6th. Horton's Thunder 2nd. Kilcairn Direct was 3rd. Jig Time Smarty was scratched. Wave to Horton was 5th. Sunshine Down 9th. Laser was 4th. Aaron Skipper was 8th. The times, a quarter 29 and 4. The half, a minute and 4/5. 3/4, 132 and 1. Time for the mile, 2:02 and 2. Pacing colt, the field of 10, top of the stretch, Waving Cloud. With Marcel Barrio, Timely Trooper with Alex McPhee. Bayside Quentin, Earl Smith, Kilcairn Derby, Wally Hennessy. Happy Spoiler, Paul McDonald. One Eye Riley with Doug Beckwith, B.J. Elderbrado with Mike Downey. Tarwin Robbie, Bernard McCollum. General Practitioner with Darrell McLeod, and Cloud Explosion with Dale Pinckney. Here they come. There, often Timely Trooper steps out, and a Happy Spoiler going up on the outside. Kilcairn Derby's on the run. They swing into the turn, and Tarwin Robbie is wide. 3 of them neck and neck round the turn. Pacing on top on the inside, Timely Trooper. Tarwin Robbie wide. In between them, Happy Spoilers racing a 3rd. And they're 3 wide up the back stretch going to the quarter. Pacing on the outside, Tarwin Robbie now. Happy Spoiler 2nd on the inside, has him tied. Then racing the 3rd, Timely Trooper and Tarwin Robbie. Now the leader of the go racing by the quarter. He's out by 2. Tarwin Robbie, the quarter 29 and 3. Around the top turn, Tarwin Robbie. Then Happy Spoiler and the Timely Trooper. Then Cloud Explosion. Then Bayside Clinton, Kilcairn Derby up on the outside. Then it's One Eye Riley waving a Cloud. General Practitioner B.J. Elderbrado to the stretch. They come racing to the half. Up front of his car, Win the Robbie with the lead. Then Happy Sport of the second, Cloud Explosion. On the outside, driving on the third. Timely Trooper is fourth. Bayside Quinton racing fifth. Tilt Carolyn Derby to half 101 and 3. Swinging around the turn, they go driving on to the 5-8. Pacing on top, Carolyn Robbie. Happy Sport and now Cloud Explosion to second as they leave the 5-8. It is Carolyn Robbie, Cloud Explosion. Then Happy Sport of racing third. Bayside Quinton driving fourth, rushing on. Then it is Timely Trooper, Kill Karen Derby on the outside, going on. One Eye Riley, Waving Cloud. General Practitioner, DJ Eldorado, they are tight into the top turn. 133, 5 3/4 around the top turn. Bayside Quinton now. Then Kill Karen Derby is strong. The second, Carolyn Robbie spent. Racing the third, 5 7/8. They come swinging the home. It is Bayside Quinton. Kill Karen Derby driving up for second. Carolyn Robbie, Timely Trooper on the outside, Waving Cloud coming on. It's going to be Bayside Quinton. Here they are. Up the line, Bayside Quinton, Kill Karen Derby, then Waving Cloud, and One Eye Riley. And the time for the mile, 2:02 and 4. And parading now, the winner of the second division of the Rothman Sire Stakes, number 3, Bayside Quinton. The black pacing shorties by Cloud Cover from Pajama Game. On the Gordon and Art Ford of Charlottetown, trained by Art Ford. Earl Smith driving. The colt getting his 6th winning trip this season. This afternoon, 2-2 and 4. Race Secretary Jim Mason drapes the colored cooler over the winner. Congratulations, too, from Ken Starrett from the Maritime Breeders Association. Bayside Quinton winning the second division of the Rothman Sire Stakes. Very sort of the 10th race now official. Waving Cloud 3rd. Timely Trooper 5th. Bayside Quinton, your race winner. Kilkerran Derby was 2nd. Happy Spoiler 8th. One Eye Riley 4th. BJ Eldorado 10th. Tarwin Robbie 6th. General Practitioner 9th. Cloud Explosion 7th. Times the quarter, 29 and 3. The half, 101 and 3. 3/4, 133. Time for the mile, 2-2 and 4. Facing colts. Approaching top of the stretch, Jeff Down with Steve Mason. F.G. Charles with Alex McPhee. Island Hooter with Boyd Tremere. Tom Wood Willie with Mike Downey. Bay River Chip with Dave Pinkley. Dr. Benghazi with Jody Hennessy and Woody with Paul McDonald. Here they come. Clear off Bay River Chip. Wings 40 takes the lead. Island Hooter is racing second. F.G. Charles on the inside. Moves to second. Island Hooter on the outside. Racing third. Outside of them, Dr. Benghazi on the move. Racing fourth. Jeff Downey is a fifth. Then it is Woody and Tom Wood. Willie up the backstretch. It is Bay River Chip for 2.5, and Dr. Benghazi up strong on the outside, goes to a second, looks for the 2-hole. F.G. Charles racing a third as they go by the quarter. Island Hooters racing a fourth. They were by the opening quarter. It 29 and 2, and Bay River Chip the leader, a length and a quarter. Dr. Benghazi racing second on the rail now. Then F.G. Charles is third. Island Hooter is fourth. Jeff Down. Woody and Tom Wood William through the stretch they come. They are racing to the half, and it is a Bay River Chip. Dr. Benghazi racing a second. Then it's F.G. Charles, Island Hooter, Jeff Down, Woody, and Tom Wood Willie trailing the field as they go racing on by the half. By the half in a minute and 3/5, and around the turn they go to the 5/8. Bay River Chip pacing on top, leads a length. Dr. Benghazi racing a second, and they are by the 5/8. It is Bay River Chip with Dr. Benghazi racing a second. Then F.G. Charles, Island Hooter, Jeff Down, Woody, and Tom Wood Willie as they go to the 3/4. Bay River Chip a length. Dr. Benghazi racing a second, 3 lengths back to F.G. Charles racing third. They were by the 3/4, 132 and 2, and around the top turn. Bay River Chip a length and a half. Dockery Benghazi racing second up the 7/8. It is Bay River Chip number 2. Dockery Benghazi racing second. Then FG Charles going to be third. They come to the lane. Bay River Chip moving away. And here they are at the line. It is Bay River Chip by about 7. Dockery Benghazi. FG Charles gets third. Island Hooter is fourth. And the time for the mile, 2:02. And parading now the winner of the 12th race, 3rd division of the Rothman Sire Stakes. It's number 5, Bay River Chip. Bay pacing Corp and Knightley Blue Chip from Contessa's Delight. Owned by Omar Casey and Bertag Cormier of Tocan, trained and driven by Dave Pinckney. The colt gets his 7th winning trip from 7 tries this year. He's 11 for 11 lifetime, pacing this afternoon in 2:02. And trackside representatives, members of the Maritime Breeders Association, Mr. Ken Starrett and Glenn Smith, trackside to make the cooler presentation to the owners, Homer Casey and Bertrand Cormier. Congratulations to Bay River Chip and Dave Pinckney. 12th race now official.